Out of the latest twist in the 2016 presidential race, and it doesn't involve Donald Trump.
And the latest drama is a showdown between supporters of Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders in Las Vegas. KCAL9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with details on this. Dave?
It's like the parties have flipped. The Democrats are fussing and fighting now, and the Republicans are, well, at least for one day, okay? There was nothing going on fighting-wise. These are scary days for some Democrats, especially where unity never seemed so far away for a party where their top two candidates and their supporters are increasingly confronting one another directly and bluntly, like this.
To suggest that our campaign has anything to do with creating violence is an outrage and unacceptable.
With the campaigns now turning the corner into California, the home stretch of the 2016 presidential primary season, a funny thing happened. The anger and bitterness which the Republicans appear to own are now stalking the Democrats.
I reject any implication that our campaign supports violence.
With his presidential campaign under fire from fellow Democrats, a defiant Senator Bernie Sanders vigorously denied that his campaign played a role in the chaos at the Nevada Democratic Convention last weekend. His angry Nevada supporters revolted when they charged state party leaders tried to push them out of the delegate selection process, a process they charge is rigged.
I say to the leadership of the Democratic Party, open the doors, let the people in.
The convention turned ugly when party leaders announced they had changed the rules, awarding more delegates to frontrunner Hillary Clinton, who won the state's primary. California Senator Barbara Boxer said she feared for her safety when the Sanders supporters angrily erupted.
I was on the stage and people were 6 feet away from me, and if I didn't have a lot of security, I don't know what would have happened.
The protesters posted the Nevada Democratic Party chair's phone number online, and she got hundreds of threats.
People like you should be hung.
The crowd was out of control. Red in the face.
Senator Boxer was booed down when she tried to speak. She told the CBS Evening News she called Sanders about it.
He was stunned that I felt that my safety was in peril, and I can only hope that as a leader, and he is a leader, that he's taken care of it.
The incident is shredding the tentative détente between Sanders and Hillary Clinton. And now some Sanders supporters are vowing to carry their protests over rigged delegate selection to the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia in July. Democratic Party Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz denied the process was rigged in Nevada.
It was eminently fair and run according to the process that was approved back in 2014.
Now some Clinton supporters, like California Senator Dianne Feinstein, fear the bitter divisions could lead to violent demonstrations, just like the party saw in 1968 outside its national convention in Chicago. Directing her remarks to Bernie Sanders.
I don't want to go back to the '68 convention because I worry about what it does to the electorate as a whole, and he should too.
You know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
The Democrats' meltdown comes at a time when the presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump, a polarizing figure to say the least, is moving in a different direction. A new Fox News national poll of registered voters this month shows Trump now with a 3-point lead over Hillary Clinton, a marked improvement in the same poll over the last 2 months when he trailed Clinton by 11 points in March and 7 points in April. And this week, Trump stepped up his presidential unity campaign, meeting privately with former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. The meeting came after Trump said he would negotiate directly with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un over his country's nuclear weapons program, a sharp departure from U.S. foreign policy. He also said he would allow Japan and South Korea to develop their own nukes. Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, a Republican from Arizona and member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, has his doubts.
It's one thing to sit down and talk. What do you do after that? And if it's tell South Korea and Japan they're on their own, that's a dangerous position.
Now, Trump also took the unusual step today of naming 11 prospective candidates he might nominate to fill vacancies on the Supreme Court should he win the election in November. All of them are conservatives who are currently sitting on state or federal courts with deep reservations about abortion rights. So certainly appealing there, to the evangelicals and Republican mainstream voters.
Now, Dave, do you think this Nevada dispute is just another bump in the road, or do you think this could maybe have some severe repercussions for the Democratic Party?
You know, it certainly could. I think it's too early to tell, actually, right now. But the signs haven't been very positive recently. Bernie Sanders has been running up a lot of wins lately at Hillary Clinton's expense, but without gaining many delegates on her. That has increased the frustration and anger of Sanders and his supporters, who feel they're being ripped off by Clinton's large number of superdelegates who are not elected in the primaries, and by what they perceive as rules that rig the outcome in favor of the status quo. All of this could make uniting the party in November a difficult task if it continues. But remember, there have been plenty of bitter primary battles in politics, and usually all is forgiven, if not forgotten, in a month or so, but definitely a source of concern for worried Democrats.